Good morning, students. Beta, we have completed the chapter that is When I Set Out for Leonese. So, today we would be doing the question answers of this particular chapter, this particular poem. So, first question is, in the first stanza, find out the words that show that it is very cold. So, which word in this poem is showing that it is very cold? So, answer number 1. Part 1. So, which word is showing? Write down the answer. The word rhyme shows that it was very cold. Okay. Another word, that second part, that it was late evening. Which word shows that it was late evening? So the word straight shows that it was late evening. It was late evening. Okay. Okay. So word sorry. The word starlight shows that it was late evening. Okay. It was late evening. Now the third word, that the traveler was alone. Which word tells us that the traveler was alone? So the word lonesomeness shows that the traveler was alone. Okay. The word lonesomeness shows that the traveler was alone. Now, students, the first answer is the word rhyme shows that it was very cold. Second, the word starlight shows that it was late evening, and the third, the word lonesomeness shows that the traveler was alone. Now, please take down the screenshot of this particular answer. This is answer number 1, and all the 3 parts have been told to you. Please take down the screenshot. Okay, so I am rubbing this off. I am hoping that you have taken down the screenshot, all of you. Okay. So answer number 2, question number 2. First part, something happened at Leonie's. It was what? Improbable, impossible, unforeseeable. Unforeseeable. So the answer number 2, something that happened at Leonie's was, third answer, that is unforeseeable. Unforeseeable. Okay. Now write the second part of this answer. This was the first part of this answer, and the answer was what? Unforeseeable. Now the second part. The second part, Pick out two lines from the stanza 2 to justify your answer. So two lines that justify the answer is no prophet durst declare nor did the wisest wizard guess what would be bechance at what would bechance at Leonese. Okay, so these are the lines that tells us, that justifies the answer, that it is unforeseeable. Okay, now please take down the screenshot. Okay, so I'm rubbing this off. Question number 3. Question number 3 is, read the lines stanza 3 that implies the following. Everyone noticed something and they made guesses but didn't speak a word. Okay, this is the first part, and the second part is, now read the lines that refers to what they noticed. Okay, so this would be your homework. I want to see what you would write in this answer. Now let's put on the heading extra question answers. Extra question answers. Now write down the first question. Question number 1. What inspired Hardy to write the poem when I set out for Leonese? Okay, so what inspired Hardy to write the poem when I set out for Leonese? Now write down the answer. This would be answer number 1, since these are extra questions. So the answer would be the poet set out for Leonese to supervise the poet set out for Leonese to supervise renovation work of a church. He writes the poem to celebrate his successful attempt. Okay, The poet set out for Lyonesse to supervise the renovation work of a church. He writes the poem to celebrate his successful attempt. Please take down the screenshot, all of you. These are the extra question answers that we are doing. Please take down the screenshot, students. Okay, so now I am rubbing this answer. Answer number 2. Question number 2. What is question number 2? What did people notice on poets rather from what did the people notice on poets return from the parish? So write down the answer number 2. On his return from the parish, people noticed 2 things about him: a new goal, a new glow in his eyes, and a crumbled piece of paper sticking out of his coat pocket. Sticking out his coat pocket. Okay, now please take down the screenshot. On his return from the parish, people noticed 2 things about him. Okay, so 2 differences that were very visible, very prominent while the author returned was a new glow in his eyes and a crumbled piece of paper sticking out his coat pocket. These 2 are some of the major incidences that took place during what? that took place when this author was writing. And what was his name? What was the name of the poet? It was Thomas Hardy. Okay, now write down another question. So this answer is a bit lengthy. What are the Poetic, what what are the poetic devices used in the poem when I set out for Lyonesse? Okay, now please write down the answer. The answer is first one. Write down the okay. Better write down the answer. The poetic devices used in the poem are as follows. Okay, are as follows. Now please take down the screenshot. After this we would be beginning with the same answer, but we would be doing the poetic devices that are used in this poem. Please take down the screenshot, all of you. So I am hoping that you have taken down the screenshot. Okay, so after this we are going to write down the first poetic device. First poetic device, that is anaphora. Okay, so what is anaphora? It is the repetition of a phrase in the poem. Okay, what is anaphora? Anaphora is the repetition of a phrase in the poem. Okay, now let's continue with some of the example. That what would be the example of anaphora? Example of anaphora that is used in the poem is when I set out for Lyonesse. Now another one is when I returned from Lyonesse. Okay, so these two are the examples of what? Anaphora. What is anaphora? Anaphora is the repetition of a phrase in the poem. Now let's begin with the second part. The second poetic device that is used in the poem is alliteration. Alliteration I have already discussed when we were doing the previous chapters. So it is the repetition of it is the repetition of the consonant sound in the line. It is the repetition of the consonant sound in the line. Now let's do one exercise, that is what and would. Okay, so here W and W is repeating. What and would. Okay. So let's continue with the same answer. After what and would? The answer is second part. That is what? Durst declare. And the fourth part is magic in my eyes. Okay, so these are the examples of alliteration. It is the repetition of consonants done in the line, like what, would, thirst, declare, and magic and my. Okay, so this would be the alliteration. This would be the poetic device that is used in the poem. So I am rubbing this off. After this, one more part is left. Third part is symbolism. What is symbolism? The poet uses various symbols in the poem. That is, example, starlight, which refers to twinkling stars, have symbolism. Starlight, which refers to twinkling of stars, have symbolizes. Okay, starlight, which refers to twinkling stars, have symbolizes. Have symbolizes hope. Now please take down the screenshot. Okay, another is magic and radiance in poet's eyes symbolizes love. Okay, starlight, which refers to twinkling stars, have symbolizes hope. Magic and radiance in hope in poet's eyes symbolizes love. Okay, so please take down the screenshot. After this, just I think all the symbolisms are over. Yes, please take down the screenshot, all of you. Please take down the screenshot so that I could rub this off. Okay, I'm rubbing this off now. And in continuation to that, only example number 3 would be Example number 3 for alliteration would be Leonese symbolizes a place in which the poet goes from darkness and comes back enlightened. Okay, now please take down the screenshot. With this, your answer number 3 is complete. The poetic devices that are used in a poem. Now all of you please take down the screenshot. Okay, so I am hoping that you are doing the homework in your notebooks. So till then, bye bye, take care.